Hey, welcome to Remove Logic Radio, everybody. I'm your host, Karen Ray Lacey, and we are here once again on a Thursday night at 7 p.m. And we are super excited about this month being June. Happy June to you. It is Father's Day month. And this month, as I did last year, we want to honor fathers. So you are going to hear some stories from some inspiring men. How many of you know men have a story to tell too? It is not just the women, but the men have some powerful stories that they can tell too to inspire someone. So we want to give them this space this month. And I just would ask that you would join us every Thursday night at 7 p.m. And you are going to be inspired by the men that we have lined up for this month for Father's Day. We are here to empower you to pivot in life, career through inspiring stories and faith-based wisdom. So when I say remove logic, it is because I believe that God is not bound by logic or logistics. And so we want to encourage you here. And today, in honor of Father's Day, we are shining a light on an incredible father and a dear friend of mine, and hoping, and our prayer is whoever sees this, that you will be inspired by the journey of the men that we are going to interview this month. I'm joined by a special guest today, my classmate and my friend. His name is Bradford Hughes. And we have not seen each other, I'm going to say, and he can clarify for me, it may be 30, almost 40 years. But when God says to invite, and whomever he tells me to invite, I do. And I'm even more grateful that they say yes to me when I invite them to come on Remove Logic, because it is not me, it is the Father. And he wants their story to be told. So I'm excited. I'm excited about my guest, Bradford Hughes. I'm going to pop him in and he can come in his own way. And we're just going to see what God has in store for us through his journey. A father whose story embodies strength, resilience, and the power of faith. So let's just dive in. I'm going to pop Brad in, invite him to the stage. And here we go. My classmate, Bradford Hughes. Hey,
Good evening.
Brad.
Hey, how you doing, Karen? Good to
I
see you.
am great. I'm even better that you're
Mhm.
here, that you said yes. And so I want to welcome you to just come in your own way. I'm going to put your name up here. So bear
Wow.
with me. You can go ahead and start talking and introducing yourself while I deal with my technical things.
Karen make me smile. It's been over 30 years. OMG, right? This is a blessing and an honor to be of service, to be thought of in this type of way. Just a quick prayer and give God the glory. Thank you for letting us join together this evening and to share his
Amen.
glory and his knowledge. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Amen. Thank you so
Amen.
much. So much. You are so welcome, Brad. My heart is just overjoyed because
Mhm.
again, we don't know what God is going to do, but I'm excited. One
Mhm.
of the things that, was so profound for me is the fact
Mhm.
that we haven't talked in so many years, but there is no issue. And
Yeah.
that's a big deal because people are falling out of some of the smallest things,
Yeah.
and they just don't talk. But the fact
Yeah.
that we haven't spoken in so long, but there was no apprehension
Yeah.
um, in reaching out to you to share your story. So I'm excited. And I know that this is just going to be big for so many, and not just
Absolutely.
for this month, but I just think for, a while to come. So I'm excited. I really am. And, you go ahead and you say whatever it is that you want to say. And
Uh,
we're just going to open up the floor for you
and,
for the Remove Logic community. So tell me a little bit about where you are now, even just anything that's
uh,
been on your heart from the
okay.
point I asked you to come on.
Mhm.
And let's just
Uh,
go
ju-
for it.
just to group remove logic, right? just to move ourselves out the way, and so we won't get tripped up in our big eyes and our big U's and stuff like that.
Yes.
But it's been so long. Me and Karen's been talking. We talked about how blessed we are coming from Fort Worth in the community. We have our classmates. How we don't have to be all up under each other or communicate every
Yeah.
day. We
Yes.
still have a
Yes.
sense of love for each other. You know, the sense of love, the sense of belonging, the sense of community, friendship. But a lot happens after high school and we hit that adult life.
Yeah. Come on now.
You
Come
know,
on.
we kind of we lose sight of our adult life, this journey, and boy, it's been a journey. I was telling Karen, you know, this hour we're going to hit, we're going to be led, but this story is going to be continued. You all
Yeah.
right? This story is
Yes.
going to be continued. Just to jump right in, it's just Father's Day, and we'll go back and forth. But being a father myself, having those moments of feeling like a failure of a father,
Mm.
breaking the stigma of a black father. God gives me grace and glory. He gives me grace and glory to read the word and follow his word. There's a lot of men in the Bible that I like to follow. I had it up here on my screen, but that's the only way I became a good father. I wasn't always a good father, and I still make mistakes. I
Yeah.
still make mistakes. I'm not afraid to make mistakes
Yeah.
or and do what I read and try to follow the Father because we want to break that stigma of I got it all together.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
have it all together. I don't have it all together.
Yeah.
But you know, leaving high school, joining the military, and this story I want for men of all races, creeds, and colors of recovery from drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I bring up that feeling of failure, bring or a shame and guilt. It's hard for a man to break shame and guilt.
Yes. Come
You know, it
on.
was hard for me. Let me put it that way. And you know, learning the word and reading the word, but when the word happens to you, we
Yeah.
have those aha, the aha moments, the light bulb. We have taken truths and made them into cliches. When the
Mm.
Son set you free, you are
Yes.
free indeed. And whew, when I got
Yes.
freed up, yeah, I'm like, yeah, when I got freed up, and so this gives me the chance to say, show His glory, to tell about the glory, because I'm still a work in progress
Yeah. Yeah. And we
until I take
all
it.
are.
Mm-hmm.
We all are. So tell me just a little bit about your journey as a father. How old were you when you became a father?
33,
33.
a little late compared to a lot of my
Yeah, compared to a lot of us, yes. Now,
right.
what surprised you the most about fatherhood? Like from where you are now, what was your biggest surprise about fatherhood?
Oh, to right now that I had to give him back to the Father.
Mm,
I had made my children my idol.
mm,
That
wow.
was it was a hard. Yeah. I thought if I loved them and nurture them and bring them in the Word. I had babies in my arm. I'm painting the church, working on the church and stuff like that. But I had made my children my idol,
Mm,
and I had to return them back to the Father.
wow. Wow.
That was a big shot. And now today, the young adults, uh, keeping them in the hands of the Father. You know, not trying to control them.
Yes.
I want that control. That daughter, she plays me so, Daddy, Daddy. Oh, you talking about getting played in
So how many children do you have, Brad?
two. I have an older son. He's 29. I have a daughter that's 28. They're like
Oh,
Irish
wow.
twins. Hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for you, you mentioned recovery.
Hmm.
So, how did whatever you go through in recovery and whatever you want to share in that
Hmm.
space, how did that affect your fathering? How did it affect you being a
Uh,
father?
I, and I'm sharing that shame and guilt because I had an awesome childhood, and I wanted to be just like my father, and
Mm,
and I was mimicking and do the things that we do. A lot of things we learned as we're young, we repeat those, right? That's our example of parenting.
yeah, yeah.
So I was doing a lot of that and failed, missed that
Mm,
mark, and that was the biggest thing. I had to forgive myself.
wow.
I had to surrender myself. I remember I had keys to the church. I tried to give the keys back to the pastor. Here's what you doing. I said, man, I'm doing so and so and so and so. He said, Bradford, you don't get out of here. I wanted a pity party, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I really wanted a pity party. He broke my face, sent me back out there, and we prayed. And that road to recovery was all about Jesus. And I used to ask him, why? You know what I'm going through, this, that, and the other. And I couldn't believe he was preparing me for a moment like this,
Mm, wow.
preparing me to sit across from other people that suffers from alcohol, drugs, and mental health.
Mm, wow. Wow.
And wonder if my kids are going to still respect me, love me. Because, and the daughter, they're going to tell you like it is. Dad, we respect you because you never lied to us. You kept it real. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, yeah,
I said, I know other way to be. I feel short. So one thing I used to despise was lying and this, that, and the other. But when you fall short somewhere else, you learn to give people grace.
yes, yes. That's
Yeah.
big that you learn to give people grace. Now, for you, where you are right now,
Hmm.
and you talked about the men that you are, what do you actually do? Because I'm getting to know you all over
Hmm.
again. Again, as I said, we're classmates from high school, and I haven't seen
Hmm.
you in 30 years. So, what are you doing now? What's going on in Brad's life?
Right now, I assist people. I
Okay.
work for the VA, Veteran
Okay.
Administration. I'm on a team. I work in the Psychosocial Rehabilitation Center.
Wow, Brad.
A big word, a big word, but
But that's a big responsibility too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so simple. It's just that love. That love. I had something. Paul was saying, "You are called to be free. You cannot serve God until you experience the transformation power of God's grace in your life. You too are enslaved by your own hurts, habits, and hangups to
Mm,
think much about others." But he's saying, without love, no matter what I say, what I believe, and what I do, I'm bankrupt without love.
without love. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bankrupt.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. One of
basically,
the
people.
words that you said in that passage, you are called to be free.
Mm, mm-hmm.
And freedom, for me, it's a mandatory thing for me. It's my mandatory maximum to be free, and I fight to stay free.
Yeah.
And for whatever it is that you're overcoming, be it recovery, or be it
Mm-hmm.
whatever traumatic thing that we all walk through something, and we can all wake up every day angry if we want to
Yeah.
because of something that we've gone through.
Yeah. Yeah.
But to fight to stay free of that thing, that it's not your overtaking, overarching thing every day. And
Yeah.
so to fight to stay free, and I listen to you, and to be able to, you know to filter in scripture as a
Yeah.
foundation
Mm-hmm.
for men that are going through or coming out of recovery, or even if it's not just recovery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't even know that you were in the military. I
Yeah.
had no idea, because once we graduated,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
for whatever way the path that our lives went. Tell me about you in the military. What branch did you serve in?
I was in the Navy. I was stationed on an aircraft carrier for 6 years.
Wow. Okay.
Uh, OMG. Oh, that experience with God I was sharing with Karen earlier, being out to sea, having a moment that feeling so prideful and strong. We were the biggest gang in the world, right? We
Yeah.
work in the same place, we wear the same uniform, we got all these weapons. But the most powerful thing I seen was the ocean. It tore that ship up. And
Wow.
realized that's God.
Yes.
Humbled all of us. It was 3,000 people on that ship. You talking about a humbling moment.
Wow.
Yeah, we
Wow.
wasn't but a speck in the ocean at that time.
Yeah. Yes. So that so tell me how being in the Navy, what type of discipline did you get that you now use as a father? Did you get any type of discipline, any type of order? From I know
Yeah,
being a young man going into the military, you had to have some type of discipline or
absolutely.
some type of training that disciplined you.
Yeah,
Do
absolutely.
you
Absolutely.
utilize that now?
Absolutely. And I share with men, especially in this format, the basic needs of self care, making the bed, saying your prayers. I share my example, my daily walk, and as simple as making your bed, brushing your teeth. That hygiene first, and the prayer and meditation, and it started on that ship. As far as military, you get a good routine, you create good habits, and you get a different mindset, a renewing of the mind. The
Yeah.
military is gonna get you here, just like the word. It's renewing of the mind. You're not of the world. So the military has definitely had me in a regiment which I apply to the Bible, to the Word, my walk with Christ, and respecter of others.
Hmm. That's good.
Uh,
That's good. Talk about that, respecter of others.
oh my God, we are so blessed. We're really blessed here in America. Just the poverty around the world, the poverty, the freedom we had to believe in the Bible. I
Hmm.
never. I met a big, a strong pastor, and he was sharing how he was feeling guilty. It wasn't too long ago that he was in another country, and they were killing people that had Bibles.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
it's going on today. Yeah. And he said he hid his Bible. And
Wow.
19-year-old Bradford, I'm like Eddie Murphy and them. I wouldn't have been no slave. I would have did.
Yeah.
And now in my 61 and up, I'm like, what would I have done? I cried with it. I cried with him because to stand up and be, we want to be strong men for God. And he hid his Bible, but there's no shame in that.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But we come from people that hid Bibles. You
Hmm.
know, we
Yeah.
we have the freedoms that we have because somebody hid their Bible back in the day, the slaves. Someone hid where they wanted to learn how to read, and somebody hid that book, or even the fact that they had learned some words that could lead them to a more educated life. So,
Yeah.
it's no shame in that.
Yeah.
It's
And
no
there's
shame.
one more thing too, Karen. I got to see faithful men away from their house.
Yeah, come
I
on.
couldn't believe it. I
Yes.
couldn't believe it.
Yes.
19-year-old Bradford. We're way over in Singapore. We're way over in Spain. And this guy's talking about his wife, and he's faithful. I got to see this,
Wow.
and yeah, and just changing that mindset. I was like, wow. I
Wow.
never thought about the way I growing up, having those morals, but still being promiscuous. I thought all men were promiscuous.
Mm. Mm.
The culture that I grew up in, I had from churchmen. Even my dad take care of home. He didn't beat us or nothing like that. He took care of home. He really didn't want for nothing. But I never seen him cheat. but but
Wow.
yeah, but it
Yeah.
was that.
Yeah.
But I got to
Yes.
see faithful men, and it was like, really?
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, and I got to hang out with them. I got to hear them. The old guy told me, he said, take the cotton out your ears and put it in your mouth and listen to us.
That's some good advice.
You got to realize that at that time we had never seen AIDS. The biggest thing was herpes at that time. Then AIDS came along.
Yeah, it did. Yes. Yes.
You're talking about God giving me favor and blessing me in the world. I'd say dodging the bullet
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I was hanging
Yes.
with those guys and I wasn't going to the prostitutes in other countries. And I know it's the hand of God.
Yeah, yes, yeah. You know, he's faithful to put boundaries around us, to keep us in the way that he would have us to go, and to listen to you from, the Navy, recovery, the things that you've come through. Um, how has your faith influenced you as a father?
I have more understanding
And
and
even let me say this, leading your family, because you did talk about how to see men that were faithful to their wives. So those things had to impact you. And I'm sorry to interject because I don't want to
no.
leave out. It's not just fatherhood, it's familyhood.
Yeah.
And so how has this faith and those interactions influenced you in parenthood and family?
It's funny. I didn't experience my addiction until later on in my life,
Okay.
and I realized it was some events that added up to that. Because I didn't set out to be addicted to anything, right?
Right.
I can see the events that happened. And that being said, my parents were living, and they were elderly parents. And by the grace of God, they got to see me start being clean and taking care of them. I shared with Karen that my parents died 12 hours apart.
Mm.
And on that journey, my mom got to pass away with four members at her bed and me reading the 23rd Psalms.
Oh, wow. Wow.
And when the hospice nurse said, Brad, she's gone. She's gone. I kept reading and I got up and some neighborhood friends came over and all I could say was thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They thought I had snapped.
Mm.
Uh, I know they probably worried that I would probably go back to what I thought was comfort, drugs and alcohol. But once you're delivered and redeemed,
Whom the
there's no
Son
going.
sets free is
Yeah.
free indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I want to share this. The best feeling I ever got, Karen, was having a clear conscience, and God gave that to me by letting me take care of my parents.
Oh, wow,
You know,
Brad.
like, that's the best feeling I ever have, having a clear conscience.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Now, you
Uh,
said 12 hours apart.
12
May I
hours.
ask what your mom passed of and what your father passed away from?
Sure, absolutely. Mom had cancer.
Okay.
It was a long journey. It was beautiful. She had stomach cancer and breast cancer.
Okay.
And dad, he just went in to get a stent. It was a prize. You know how you start planning me, dad talking like, yeah, I guess you plan, yeah, when mom's gone, this, that, and the other. Dad died first. I was cutting the back.
Really?
I was cutting the backyard. The lady in the house said, come on in. I just in my mind, oh, mom passed away, right? So I run in the house. She's like, it's your father. It's your father. I grabbed the phone. It was the hospital.
Wow.
I thought, ah. And so he passed. I came home, told mom, and then she died 12
Wow.
hours later. And Karen, let me give a shout out. So my brother went to OD Wide. I went
Mm-hmm.
to OD Wide. My little sister went to OD Wide. And they did, my parents were big in the community. They did a lot of stuff. Dad built the football field, Red Tigers football,
Hmm.
stuff like that. Mom did
Yeah.
Bluebirds and church, the AME church right there on the south side. Do you know ODY showed up and showed out?
Wow.
The love. I
Yeah.
didn't have time to be sick, sad. So, do you know 500 people come by the house?
My goodness.
They had to shut the streets down. It was a reunion. If you
Wow.
start talking some more, and I know they're gonna watch this. A lot of people were hooking up. It was beautiful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that's the beauty of our class is that we just have such a unity,
Mhm.
and it's almost unspoken that we
Mhm.
have it. We come together, and then you go back into whatever your life is, but we do come together for one another, and I just think that's a beautiful thing because it's like there is no angst or anything. We just do what we do. We do, and
It carries
I
on.
say my classmates are better than your classmates.
Yeah, but it's that whole as an Odie White, and I look at the city of Fort Worth
Yeah,
at our time. It's beautiful. It's
yeah,
definitely it's
yes,
God. It's
yeah.
God. You know.
Now, let me ask you this on Remove Logic. One of our big things is pivoting.
Mm,
When you realize, a pivot, a pivotal moment in your life, and you have to make a change.
mm,
And of course, pivot is a basketball term, and
mm-hmm.
how you take that, you realize that pivot foot, but then you move from that pivot foot.
Yeah.
And so, and that's a big deal now because people's lives are being shifted in
Yeah.
so many ways with current administration, jobs, and here we are at 60 and we're preparing for retirement.
Yeah.
So when I talk about pivot on this podcast, it is those life-changing moments, and it doesn't have to be career. It can be health.
Mm-hmm.
As with your mom, there was a pivot for the whole family to be able to support her. So
Yeah.
can you share a time when you had to pivot as a father, maybe in career, maybe in your mindset, maybe in family, just when
Mm-hmm.
you became a father, and after fatherhood, where was there a pivot in your life that you can talk about?
Oh, right from the beginning, once they're born, it's that pivot, right? Right from the beginning. You lose friends, you gain friends. You don't lose them. You do something different.
Yeah.
Fatherhood was number one for me. I couldn't wait to be a father. I'm one of
Mm.
those corny dads. I tell dad jokes right now today. They even ask for them. I'm so corny, right? Uh, uh, oh,
not the not the dad jokes.
yeah, I love them. I tell them in my groups too. And that frees people up. That frees people
Yeah.
up. You know, I knew. We grew up in Fort Worth and Highland Hills, Fort Worth. There was always a drug element. I never thought I'd be on drugs at that time, but when I started, I knew I was in trouble that first week because
Mm.
that's not me. That wasn't me at
Wow.
all.
Wow. Wow.
Uh, so I went to the military for help,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and they put me on a waiting list. So I had to. I was in this military institution where you had to stay clean,
Mm.
you had to
Come
make
on.
groups, and you had to see psychiatrists and get help and stuff. I never made it to the rehab. I never made it to the rehab. God,
Wow.
I mean, and
So
right
that
there,
was a strategic move for you.
surrendered myself.
Surrender yourself into the military so that you can get some
Oh,
help.
oh no, I was out the military. I was out the
Okay.
military. Yeah, I was out
Okay.
the military. But we have benefits once you serve and you get
I
out.
got you. I
Yeah,
got
yeah. This is one of the benefits. I saw it help. It was funny. I went everywhere. Center Court to the hospitals. Nobody would help me. They kept asking me, "Have I been to prison? Have I?" I'm like, "No. You want me to go to prison? Have you done this? You done that?" It was crazy. So on that journey right there, and trusting God.
you. Mm.
And trusting God. I had somebody say, "Man, why you carrying that Bible around and you still doing?" I said, it's only two things gonna happen. Either I'm gonna be delivered or I'm gonna die.
Mm.
That's how I
Wow.
felt about it. But I knew he's gonna save me.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had to be in position to be saved.
Wow. Wow.
What was my desire? Was to be saved, to be next to God, and then be with my family.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
So my babies, they were real young, and I went in there and never made to the rehab. And like you say, uh, where they say, how you make God laugh, tell him your plans. None of the plans I had made. I wanted to go to Bonham, Texas. It was like a resort rehab. Never made it. My journey of serving others started right there.
Wow.
It started right there. Um, we serve God by serving others.
Yes, we do. We do.
If
Yeah.
we, and I know I was called to serve others, and whenever God prompts me to do this past weekend. This is funny. We have a men's breakfast on Saturday, and I
Uh-huh.
heard the small voice. He said, "Invite that guy to breakfast." He was a homeless guy. He's at the light. And I said, "Oh, the light changed. Oh God, I thought I missed him, right?" So when I got to the men's breakfast, it was two more brothers there, the deacons. I said, "How would it look if I brought an indigent person, a homeless guy, to breakfast? You guys cool?" And they said, "Yeah, Bradford. Yeah, bring him on." So we had breakfast and we talked. After
Uh-huh.
breakfast, we were
Uh-huh.
outside talking. Guess who walked right by me?
Wow.
Mm,
So did
thank
you
you,
reach
God.
out like you missed him at the light, but he walked by you after breakfast?
And I tried, and I said, "That's him." We took him in and sat with him, and we had breakfast, and that was the glory of God.
Yeah. Yes.
That was the glory of God. I didn't feel guilty or whatever. I felt I missed the opportunity, which we all will at times.
Yeah.
But He's so gracious; He gave me the opportunity and blessed the man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
you hear
Because
that?
it was meant to be. If you thought you
Mm.
missed him and then he walked right in front of you, is we get those second chances to do whatever it is that God gives us to do. You get that second chance,
Mhm.
and you
And I
have to.
apologize. I got
Yeah,
off the
now,
subject,
yeah, you
Karen.
take, and that's it. You just take advantage of the second chance. You don't,
Yeah.
like, okay, I missed that moment. Even in a pivot, I missed that moment, but I'm gonna get it this
Come
time.
on, come on. Keep us
I'm
on
gonna
track.
get it this time. And
Yeah.
when I listen to you, listening to you, one of your biggest things is serving.
Yeah.
And we know that Jesus, he was a servant. He was a servant of the
Come
disciples. He washed their
on.
feet. And so just listening to you, how you serve others, and
Hmm.
what example of servanthood do you now see in your children from you serving others? Do you see that come across in the kids?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow.
It started when they were younger,
Okay.
giving pennies and giving um, good stuff away. So it's hard to get to understand. They were kids. They start giving stuff away. I just bought them. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, right? So teaching them how to serve and how to give,
Yeah.
and today. Uh, I tell you, it makes me weep. When I
Yeah.
was in the veteran homeless thing, they were two streets down serving the homeless dinner. They didn't know I was over there.
Oh, wow.
That my heart just started mending because I thought I hindered their growth with God. I thought I stopped their relationship with God because I wasn't there, and Harmony and Braxton's the name. He's like, yeah, those 6 months were tough, Dad. But when I was gone, they were two streets down.
Oh, wow. Wow, Brad.
Yeah. Come on,
Wow.
and that, yeah, yeah.
Wow. And their names, you said Harmony.
Harmony Aurelia Hughes
Oh, beautiful.
and Braxton Arthur Hughes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow. Beautiful names. I
Yeah.
mean, and their names with power and they just,
Yes,
it sounds like they have meaning. Did you choose their names?
I sure did. Braxton. Braxton. That Harmony. It's hard choosing a girl name when you're a man, right? You start thinking, no,
Yeah.
right?
So where did you get Harmony and why did you choose that?
Out the Bible. And then I heard it was a song the OJ was saying, peace and harmony, you know.
Yeah.
Harmony. I wanted her to have harmony, peace and
Oh,
harmony. I
wow.
don't know if you
Wow.
see it. I'm one of them dads. Look,
Oh, beautiful.
that's
She's a
Harmony.
beautiful smile too, Brad.
He's like, man, you got pictures in your wallet?
I know. Who does that anymore, Brad? I can't
Hey,
believe it. I was just listening to something the other day. Now, are these grandbabies?
no, that's them when they were babies.
Oh, wow. Look. You actually have pictures in your wallet. I was listening to something the other day about how, remember when we had a wallet and the first thing we put in was pictures of the family? You are the first person that I have seen in 2025 with some pictures actually in the wallet.
So we got a new father at the church, and a brand new father. He said, "You know what? I'm going to do that." I said, "Yeah."
Yeah, you got pictures on the wallet, Brad.
Oh, my boy, they laugh. You know, people make fun of me. Hey, my son was like, "Dad, what's all that paper in your wallet? What are you doing?" You know.
You are so funny. Now let me ask you, what is one of the challenges that you faced at being a father, being a dad, and that you can say, I've overcome that? Not the recovery,
Yeah.
but just one challenge, and it's to you now is a valuable lesson. And how did you overcome it?
Um, Learning to trust in God and trust their decision.
Mm, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. Letting them have their personal relationship with Christ. It kept me. It made my faith stronger, so to speak. Not to worry. We don't have that spirit of anxiety and worry. If I trust in God and my faith, so they can make decisions. And I realized through this my journey that they have a similar journey.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything. A lot of people that superstition. You don't have to do anything to have highs and lows in your life. The word tells us we're going to experience these things. You know, reading the book of Job helped me be a father, a stronger father. You know,
How
uh,
so? Tell me that. How did that help you?
uh,
What did you get from Joe?
oh, leaning on Him, trusting Him during the tragedies.
Oh
Um,
wow. Uh-huh.
yes, I trust Him in the
Uh-huh.
tragedy. I'm like, all right, Father God, I don't know what's going on. You do.
Yeah.
Um, and
Yeah.
during my demise, I kept reading the Book of Job, which kept bringing me back to Him and trusting Him. And I would ask Him how long. I would talk to God.
Come
Yeah, I'd talk
on.
to God like I'm talking to you. How
Yeah.
long, God? I said, I'm waiting. Patiently, yeah,
Yes.
I'm patiently
That
waiting.
that weight gets heavy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it gets heavy, but when that breakthrough comes, woo!
It's
I was
worth the
like,
wait,
okay,
wasn't
wait.
it?
Oh God, it's so much that just kept coming. It hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got a new administration, that life on life terms. Today, um, I'm able to talk to my children as a father and an adult.
Oh wow.
If that makes sense,
It
you know,
does. It does.
I can share exactly where I'm at with the respect that you're going to respect me as a father and an adult, not to belittle me or use something against me, ammunition.
Hmm.
And I share, you know, I'm on a team. I'm the only one that don't have a degree.
Hmm.
People, how did I get here, Karen?
Come on. Come on, Brad.
You have to have a master's while I'm working at. I don't have an associate's.
What? Come on, Brad.
I got Jesus. I got
You
Jesus.
and you said something earlier that you had to position yourself.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
obviously that's something that you did, along the way to be where you are. You positioned yourself. And for as it's several things that you've hit on, even for them as your children, where you said they won't use things against you. They can talk to you.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of children that blame parents for whatever, but there
Hmm.
has to be some forgiveness in there and understanding for your own journey as a
Yeah.
man to become
Yes.
this person, look, that we're seeing and getting to know as Bradford Hughes.
Hmm.
So it had to be some forgiveness in there, for them to forgive you, and that's just a beautiful testimony that
Amen.
they're not looking and pointing at you in
Mhm.
anger.
And as a man, I can't hide. I can't be ashamed to show
Yeah.
them who Bradford Hughes is. You know, I want to be their father. I want to be their hero and all that. No, I want to be a man of God. And what that looks like is humbling myself. They come in, they see me praying like David, sprung out on the floor.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
they see me doing certain things, and it's beautiful. I had a point I wanted to share with you. Uh, I kind of lost it. I
That's
kind of
okay.
lost it. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sure to come. But what do
yeah.
you say to a man that may be having that challenge where They may have been
Mhm.
absent for a period of time and re-entering back into their children's life for whatever reason. What do you say to that father?
The biggest thing children want from their father is time.
Mm.
They don't want the Jordans, the Xbox, all that stuff is fine, but they want that time. That's the biggest thing I've seen it so many times. I've worked in a rehab for people on parole and probation. And when they
Mm-hmm.
come out, the first thing they want to do is buy their children all this stuff. If you don't change your mind, that behavior, they want your time.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and, and I know what it was, Karen. Forgive yourself and don't let your kids get you emotionally hostage.
Wow, Brad, that's big.
Yes.
Say that
Yeah.
one more time. Say that again.
Don't let your kids get you into being emotionally hostage. They
Mm.
can bring up that stuff, and then you really just try to do everything their way or make up time and all that. And your emotions, be emotionally intelligent. Um, read, and get a grip. Do self care. That's how you build up your emotions. And but children will make parents emotionally hostage
Yeah.
because we would. I don't care if you was on drugs or not on drugs. They'll bring up. Remember that time?
Yeah.
Remember that time?
Yeah.
This, that time.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Be careful about getting caught up in that situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, as a parent, there's no book and there's no manual. And one
Hmm.
thing about it is you don't know your journey, but God does. And in the midst of sometimes your journey, oops, there's a child, you know, or and we're not always prepared for even parenthood. Um, and one of the things that for me, for my sons, I say I was present. And it was
Hmm.
important to me to be present. So, like you're saying, time is important, but I wanted to be a present parent. And that was
Yes.
important to me. No matter the struggle, I was present.
Hmm.
And I'm not
Hmm.
saying just present physically, just as you said, the emotional part of it.
Yeah.
You have to be able to extend yourself emotionally to your children. How do you balance out being provider, leader, and
Hmm.
what source of emotional support do you give to your family? What do you give beyond time? What
Uh,
else?
you definitely, as me as a father, man, I have to take time out to myself to learn how to respond to their needs.
Yeah.
I have to respond to their needs, not just their wants, but to their needs. And that
Yeah.
needs is a broad spectrum, like you say,
Yeah.
emotionally, financially. Um, um, I take, I do my self care. When they say about being on the plane, that mask coming down,
Yeah.
put your mask on first.
Yeah.
I realized I had to do that, and that's one of the things that ran me, um, I guess, into my addiction. Not taking time out to myself. I think I had about three
Mm.
jobs, and I had back surgery, and so
Wow.
on. Everything went down from there.
Yeah.
So I learned to take time out to myself to give them time, if that
That's
makes sense.
good. Yeah, it makes sense. That's really good.
And we
Now,
play board games today, Karen. We play board
really,
games. Yeah, yeah. We play board games. I'm that type of father. We used to camp out in the backyard.
really,
Yeah. Now I asked Harmony. I said, "Did I make you a tomboy?" She always wanted to go with us, so I couldn't exclude her.
yeah,
I
yeah,
couldn't do that. You know.
yeah. So does she think you made her into a tomboy?
No, I get that validation. No, Dad. She's very pretty and very feminine, and
Okay.
yeah.
That's I being feminine is great, but being able, like, I can throw a football. I love football, and they're like, you throw a football? Like, I got my own football. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So Prissy is not all that you are as a girl. So no, you do need those tomboy moments. So yeah, that's
Mhm.
good. Now, what legacy do you hope to leave for your children as we prepare to wrap up? What is your legacy? What has been from the point of fatherhood to where you are now? What's your legacy?
They have met friends that God had let me touch. They're peers. One of their friends shared your dad. I talked a kid out of a robbery.
Wow.
And it was one of their peers, and I didn't know they knew each other. Their closest friends. They used the peer loving their fellow man, loving God first,
Yeah.
God, self, and family.
Wow.
That's my words, my actions. I'm gonna leave them a little change. But they make fun of me, Dad. You remember? They like how God is guiding all our lives. And I
Yeah.
read poetry. You see, I showed you the art. They do that art at home. They have easels and stuff. And
Really?
yeah,
And
yeah.
art is such an important part of our culture. It really is.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know how you can move around with your phone before we leave. You might want to look some of the classmates, some of your art, what you get.
Right. So the veterans, one of the veterans, like, oh, your grandkids made that. I said, no, man, I did this. So I'm gonna,
Do you have a piece of art you can show us?
yeah.
Okay. All
Now I
right.
did. That's the clay. Can you see it, Karen?
Yeah, I can see it. Now,
I don't know
tell
what.
me what is that, Brad? What is that?
It's an owl.
Okay. All right.
Let me see. Uh, this is a leaf impression.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I don't know what this is. It's a thick.
So, Brad, how long have you been doing art? You can talk while you're showing me.
um, I've been doing art. Oh my gosh, I guess since 2011. I had 15 years uh clean from drugs and alcohol and
Okay.
mental health issues. Yeah,
Okay.
about
So,
15
art is
years.
that like an outlet for you? Is part of that self care that you're talking about?
It's definitely self care, and it's an extension to reach out to other people. The freedom
Okay.
of giving permission to express yourself and make something ugly.
I and be okay with it.
Oh,
I
it's okay.
love it, Brad. You're so uninhibited. I think that's just a beautiful thing to be so uninhibited that you're not, like it's not that you don't consider others, but you want to give them room to be who they are as well.
That's it. That's it. One of my favorite poems I printed out and brought it was Our Deepest Fear. I know you heard that before.
No, tell
Our,
me.
Our Deepest Fear. A lot of people heard it before in the movie. They just can't put the finger. Our Deepest Fear by Marion Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is
Hmm.
our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be?
Hmm.
You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking, so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
Wow.
As we're liberated from our own fears, our present automatically liberates others, our deepest fears.
Wow, I love that. Never
Mhm.
heard it. And it's a little part in there about it does no man good for you to shrink back. And
Mhm.
I think I remember that being a quote from Mandela.
Mhm.
That and so that you just when you read the whole thing, then it just reminded me of Mandela that he said it does no man good for you to shrink back. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. You're gonna have to share that with me after the
absolutely.
broadcast. Maybe text it to me or something. But it really speaks to what remove logic is, to take away the boundaries, to take away the things that we
Amen.
would actually fear would talk you out of, for you to not become everything that God said that you are to be. But I can certainly see that that's who you are. And it's such an amazing story just listening to you. Now, I do want to say this.
Mhm.
I want to invite you back.
Absolutely.
I want to invite you back for several reasons. One, I want to invite you back regarding the men and helping men and what you do in serving them. And then to maybe go a little bit deeper in your testimony. However, you're led to do it is wonderful for me. And I think the opportunity for other men to be able to hear you and
Mhm.
then hear what you're doing with these men that you're helping.
Yeah.
This platform, it's streamed on Fishbowl Radio Network. And
Okay.
then from there, it goes also to Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So just to think about who this is going to impact, it's
Amen.
going to, be reverberated, in other words. So I want to invite you back on because you're doing a lot. And I really want to give you the space to talk about it. And I just so appreciate you coming on
I
today.
appreciate you, and you're so powerful and impactful. And I want to get a shout out that the love that the classmates had. I did see a lot of people on their journey. Denise,
Yeah,
Ford, Kenneth Mitchell,
yeah,
Sinitra.
yeah,
Man, they didn't do nothing but give me love when they saw me at my worst.
yes, yes,
And a lot more other people. That's why I hate naming names. It was so many on that journey that encouraged me,
yeah,
that
yeah,
remind me who you are
yes,
and
yeah.
whose you are.
Whose you are. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
You're big. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than that. Yeah. And
yes.
and
And
I
Karen,
think
that's
I
not.
thank God that you didn't stop, you know.
I can't stop. I won't stop.
Yeah. I
I
love it.
won't stop.
I love it. I love it. And so as we, just wrap up, thank you so much for
Thank you.
agreeing to come on. And to our classmates, Odie Wyatt, I know that you're getting to know Brad from this space just like I am too. And thank you so much for even supporting me when
Yes.
you have the time to do that. For sharing your heart, Bradford Hughes, with us, your story, your testimony, and the power of your faith. That's one of the overarching things in this interview is
Mhm.
your faith. Your faith has not failed you at all. And then the resilience that you have, and then also the unconditional love. And you
Yes.
have hit on so many marks for people that may be in the struggle of a pivot and then just making a decision. But one
Yeah.
of the biggest things that you said is forgiving yourself, you know
Mm. Mm.
forgiving yourself and
Mm.
and being and showing up. And I just want to say to all the fathers listening that this is a father and this is a father story, and that your influence matters, Brad.
Yes.
Bradford
Amen.
Hughes, your
Amen.
influence matters. Your love has transformed many, and I hear that and I can see it. And then your pivot is inspiring somebody.
Yeah.
So I just want to say to you, thank you so much for coming on Remove Logic and sharing your story with our community. That I know that this is going to go further than we probably even realize. So
Yeah.
I love you for your yes. I love you for
Amen.
your yes. I tell people that I'm living on the other side of my yes to God, and I believe that's where you are too. You're living on the other side of
God
your
bless
yes.
you. God bless you, Karen.
Yeah,
God bless you.
yeah.
And thank
So
you.
you have a space here.
Amen. God
Yeah,
bless
you have a space. And
you.
so to remove logic, the community, I say to you again, happy Father's Day month. You are going to hear some inspiring, powerful stories of men. And I hope that you join us all this month because I am super excited about what these men are going to share and the fact that I know that it's going to be a blessing. So happy June, happy Father's Day. And Brad, I thank you so much for joining us.
Amen. Thank you for having